Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about how to glow from the inside out. And today we're talking nourishing toners and essences for fall. So I've been rounding up some of my favorite picks for serums and moisturizers for the fall season. And you know I had to do a video about toners and essences. So today I've got some fresh picks for you of toners or essences that bring nourishment, moisture, and softness to your skin in this chilly fall season. If you're so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe anytime during the video to see more from me. Let's dive into these fall toner and essence picks. Let's talk about VT PDRN Glow Ampoule. Now, interesting name here. They do call it an ampoule, but this is more like a cream mist toner or essence. It definitely hydrates the skin, moisturizes the skin in this really beautiful light mist format. And so it actually slots perfectly into your skincare routine for that toner and or essence step really, really nicely. Now, this actually used to be a Korean exclusive. You could not get this on the global market for a while. And the brand was so kind, they actually gifted me a ton of their PDRN products because they know that I'm a huge fan of them at the beginning of 2025. And I fell in love with this product. I talked about it a little bit, but it was like impossible for y'all to find it outside of Korea. So I wasn't talking about it too much. They were just like, hey, we thought you'd like this. And they were right. I absolutely adore it. It has recently started to roll out globally now. I'm seeing it all over the K-beauty retailers. And I'm so excited to finally talk about it because I have been using it for a while now. So this product uses the vegan PDRN that is derived from wild ginseng. And as you know, I'm a big fan of this line of products from VT. And so I really like this ginseng PDRN. It really brings out, just like the name suggests, a glow and a vitality to the skin. I always talk about skin quality. And this is, me talking about the state of skin beyond pimples, blemishes, hyperpigmentation, unevenness. I'm talking about that radiance that comes from within when your skin quality, when your texture is smooth, when your complexion is bright, when it looks healthy, when it looks radiant. I mean, I think that these are the qualities, skin quality, right? This is what contributes to glass skin. And I say this a lot because I think a lot of folks fall into the trap of just putting a lot of shiny skincare on top of their skin. And they're like, yeah, my skin is shiny, but it doesn't really look like glass skin. And that's because we haven't necessarily worked on the quality underneath. PDRN definitely helps to address the quality of skin, and especially when it's derived from ginseng, which brings its additional benefits for helping with the complexion, skin elasticity. It's a strong antioxidant that promotes that healthy glow and lit from within look to the complexion, as well as protecting our skin and slowing aging. Those are definitely the results that I've been getting from using, especially the VT PDRN products for over a year now. I've been raving about them since last fall. And so I really like this one from VT because, like I said, it's kind of like a cream mist. And I adore those for this kind of in-between season. When your skin is maybe feeling a little bit more dry, maybe a little bit more dehydrated, but putting on lots of thick layers, especially depending on your skin type, can actually make your skin feel heavy, like overwhelmed and greasy, like not glass skin, but like straight up greasy, right? And so I love these cream toners because they definitely help to add nourishment into your skincare routine without having to go for a really heavy moisturizer, which may not feel good in the season where it can be warm during the day and cold during the night, right? And so I love the cream toners and essences, but I also find like if you put too much on, and I tend to be very generous when I pour a toner or an essence into my hand, I tend to put a lot on. And even with my skin that drinks up skincare like nobody's business, it can sometimes feel kind of thick. So I feel like the misting application takes a lot of the user error out of it. It also is just fun. It's quick. It's easy. The mist here is really, really high quality. It doesn't just spit product out at you. It is a really beautiful fine mist. And it's really easy to pat into your skin. It absorbs quickly quickly because it's a nice thin layer. And you get this really gorgeous, not only feeling of moisture and hydration on your skin, and your skin is also going to feel very soft and conditioned at the top, very silky and smooth, but it does actually deliver that glow. There is a little bit of that dewiness and that glowiness to this Glow Ampoule Mist. I would recommend this for most skin types, especially if you're looking for just a little bit of light kiss of moisture in your skincare routine, or an easy way to build in some PDRN products that aren't too moisturizing. I really think most folks are going to enjoy this because the application makes a light layer of this feel so good, so skin softening without being overwhelming. Now let's talk about Paula's Choice Enriched Calming Toner. Now this is an interesting one because it is a toner and there is a lot of hydration here. There is some great glycerin and panthenol and hyaluronic acid at play here in the ingredients list. And you do feel that when you apply this toner to your skin. It does have a burst of hydration, which feels refreshing and even a little cooling and soothing to the skin. But you notice in the texture, it actually is a very runny, milky kind of texture. And it does look very light. And at first application, it feels light with that hydration. But it actually, as it starts to absorb into the skin and as the texture starts to settle into the skin, you notice a richness that's very surprising for the fluidity of this texture and that first burst of hydration. There's a richness here, a nourishment, not really a creamy silkiness, but an actual richness that feels almost like a watery oil. And that is actually what is happening here in the ingredients list. We do have the beautiful humectants here, but then there's actually a lot of plant oils in here that are offering a ton of moisturization, nourishment, and skin softening to the skin. They're using evening primrose oil, borage seed oil, and a couple of different other oils that also not only offer nourishment, but also offer strong antioxidant protection for the skin as well. And so this is one of those textures that really kind of like plays with your mind, because when you see it, like even on camera right now, you're probably seeing it and you're like, yeah, it's really watery. It looks like it has a kiss of moisture, but actually there is a richness here. Like I said, almost like a watery oil kind of a feel to it that is actually really lovely for this type of season because it is light. It doesn't weigh down on the skin like a creamy moisturizer would, or even like a thicker kind of an essence or toner like texture that has a lot more body to it and a lot more stiffness to the texture. It's not even as maybe heavy or overwhelming as those types of products can feel on certain types of skin, right? This actually absorbs in really deeply with hydration. And then at the top, we get that richness, that kiss of moisture and that oil nourishment that feels soothing, especially if your skin is irritated from dryness or even dehydration. This will kind of help to alleviate those symptoms. I would recommend this for combination skin, dry skin, and even folks who are going through quite a bit of dehydration, as I mentioned, because this really helps to soothe those symptoms, as well as if your skin is feeling a little bit irritated, or if you do just have like sensitive, kind of reactive skin. I do. My skin is sensitive, and especially with weather fluctuations, not only do I start to feel more dry and a little bit more dehydrated, but I can also feel a little bit more irritated. My skin can just feel a little off and a little bit more reactive, and it can definitely manifest a little bit more red and blotchy as well. And so this is actually a really great formula for that as well, because it is not just focused on moisture, but there's a soothing element to this as well. I probably would not recommend this for oily skin because at a certain point, the oils in here do actually feel a little overwhelming for certain skin types. Now let's talk about the Aestura 365 Atobarrier Cream Mist. Another cream mist. I have to say, I am a really big fan of this format, like I said, for the fall season, or just really for anybody who struggled with putting on too much of these creamy toners or essences, because I have in the past, I will admit. So I've actually liked this one for a few years, and I find this to be kind of a decent like dupe or replacement for the old school Laneige cream skin refiner formula. You guys remember that back in the day, like 3 years ago when they reformulated that, and like I lost my mind, and I know a few of you lost your mind too. I miss that old formula. This is one that really was like, this is a worthy kind of dupe in my mind. Like I feel comfortable naming this as an alternative to that older formula. So if you're familiar with Laneige cream skin refiner, old school version. This is just as nourishing as that. And I know you're going to ask before I even dive into the ingredients, I do find this to be more moisturizing than the VT PDRN Glow Ampoule Mist that we just talked about. So a little bit more nourishment here. So ingredients wise, this follows a similar format to the other Aestura Atobarrier 365 products. So they are using some ceramide content here. It is actually coming in the form of a lab-made or man-made ceramide with a really nice long name, but it is nicknamed ceramide PC102. And they are also using some cholesterol content here, which is a really important lipid in addition to ceramides that help with your skin barrier. And then we have good old glycerin helping to balance it out with some hydration, that humectant content that really helps to balance out all this moisture, right, with some of that hydration to this mist as well. A little bit of a different formulation here, but I love the texture, the cream mist format. I adore it. We get a lot of hydration here. We get that beautiful creaminess, that silkiness to this texture, and all that moisture hugs all of that hydration deep within the skin, softens the top of your skin, makes your skin silky, smooth, baby butt soft. I love it, especially when my skin starts to get a little flaky and rough in especially the deeper fall months when it gets really cold, especially around my nose. This creaminess, this nourishment, this skin softening effect really not only calms my skin, but also helps to smooth it and make my makeup go on even better as well. And there's just like a little lovely glow to this afterwards. It's not quite as glow forward, if you will, as the VT mist is, but just due to the nourishment in this, you will get a little bit of that skin glossiness, glassy skin kind of a look to it that feels so good, looks so good. And as I mentioned again, can be nice for some makeup prep too, especially if you start to notice as it gets a little colder, maybe your skin's a little bit flaky, a little rough, maybe it's even peeling just a little bit. There's a couple of different things that you can do, like exfoliating, that will definitely help. But I do find that these nourishing products, especially in a nice light layer like this, can really add that nice skin softening effect, that skin conditioning effect that you need for smoother makeup application, but without overwhelming your skin, right? Or creating a really heavy layer, which then makes your makeup kind of like break up and slide around and get all cakey and weird. My recommendation here is going to lie with combo skin, balanced skin types, dry skin types. You're going to enjoy this one. Now let's talk about the Dr. Ceuracle Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. This is an old school pick. You know, I kind of did promise you fresh picks. And for the most part, I feel like I have delivered, but it does make sense to circle back around to long time, years long favorites, because at this point, you know that I'm honestly using this multiple times throughout the year. And this is something that does tend to come back into my routines during colder months. And so it really just is a great product for the fall season. And I just couldn't not recommend it. You know what I mean? So what I love about this essence is it combines a beautiful amount of hydration with a beautiful amount of silky, creamy moisturization. But it's not just about moisturizing and nourishing the skin. This actually has some really great skin benefits as well. So this essence features kombucha, which is fermented tea. And now tea is amazing for the skin because it's actually a really strong antioxidant. Antioxidants not only protect us from environmental aggressors, right? But antioxidants also help to protect from the damaging inflammation that can actually speed up the aging process in our skin. We always say like environmental aggressors. And like, yeah, I know what that means. Wait, do I know what that means? It's like one of those types of phrases where you're like, I generally understand that, but like, can you break this down for me a little bit more? All the things in our environment that test our skin, that wear down our skin, that can cause inflammation in our skin. That inflammation in turn damages the collagen structure. It can damage skin elasticity. And that's how it speeds up the aging process. So antioxidants don't like make the collagen production happen, but they actually help to prevent the things that damage the collagen structure. And then that's what leads to the fine lines and the wrinkles. So it's a very preventative and protective type of ingredients. And it's also just the type of ingredient when you've got good antioxidants built throughout your skincare routine. And it's not hard to find them in your products, right? You are probably already using a multitude of them. But when you have some robust antioxidants in your skincare routine, it also is going to contribute to skin quality. It's also going to contribute to skin health. And healthy skin is what? Yes, glowing skin. And because tea has a strong anti-inflammatory property because of the antioxidant content, but because of other properties within tea, it actually also makes it a great ingredient for reducing inflammation due to acne, from rosacea, just from sensitivity. When my skin gets sensitive, my skin barrier gets worn down, my skin just gets more red, right? And so this can help to reduce that. And it can also just bring out a really healthy lit from within complexion, because beyond just the antioxidants, there's so many other properties to tea, polyphenols, there's a lot of amino acid content in tea, all of these things that contribute to glowy, healthy skin. And that's what I noticed when I use this essence, is that it actually brings out and teases out this gorgeous, healthy glow to my skin. And it's, hard to put your finger on it. It's not about not having acne. It's not about, not having hyperpigmentation. It's about, again, quality. And that just influences everything when it comes to your complexion and when it comes to your skin. So really beautiful tea portion here. It's really watery. It's really hydrating. Now the creamy essence, as you can see, is thicker, right? And it does look like cream, like the cream you pour into your coffee. And that's really the texture here of this additional moisturizing layer. The base of this really is the sunflower seed oil, which is very hydrating, but also moisturizing, skin softening, very nourishing for the skin. And so it's so fun to actually mix these two together before you apply it. And what is so unique about this is that it does have that runny kind of texture once it's mixed together. It's not thick, it's not heavy, but there is this richness running through it with the cream. And it is like, it's not milk, it's true cream. It's silky, it's luxurious, it's rich. There is oil content here, and it's not watery like Paula's Choice. There is a little bit more of it too, a little bit more body to this richness in this essence. It's not quite as light. And so as you apply it to your skin, you feel that tea, you feel that wateriness, you feel the lightness. But then the cream portion, it's still light, right? But it actually just really covers your skin, coats your skin, gets into every little dry crevice in your skin and nourishes it and softens it and relieves it. Because if you've ever had dry skin, the relief that this type of moisture and silkiness and richness and creaminess can bring to your skin, the comfort that it can bring. I'm replaying it in my mind right now of how much soothing that I've gotten from this product throughout the years, how much nourishment and moisture I've gotten, how much dehydration fighting qualities I've gotten from this product throughout the years. Because I've been raving about this since 2021, right? Like it's been 4+ years that I've been absolutely in love with this. My opinion has not changed about this at all. Like it is still something that I bring back time and time again. And every time I do like a Holy Grails video or I round up the things that I'm always buying, this isn't it. And that's why I put it into this video. I can't quit it. You know what I mean? So this is truly, in my mind, this is truly a product for combo skin. Dry skin as well will enjoy this. Just know that, it's not going to be the most thick and nourishing. I've got one for you coming up. And finally, we have to talk about the Haruharu Black Rice Probiotics Barrier Essence. Oh yeah. This is like a new classic for me at this point, because, I started talking about this last year, and I will admit, this is a repeat from last year's, milky, nourishing toner essence video from fall 2024. But like I said, sometimes it makes sense to circle back around to products that just work, right? And this one just works. Now, I did kind of tease a product for very dry skin. This would be it, because this is the thickest, the most luxurious, the most moisturizing, nourishing, just really rich product in this video. And it's all about the barrier, baby, as the name suggests. We do have ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acid content in here. And, those are the 3 lipids that you really need to not only strengthen your skin barrier, but to help repair it if it has been damaged from overexfoliation, or maybe your skin barrier is really worn down by the weather fluctuations. This can be a great product for that, because not only does it help to address the dryness, right, and maybe the flakiness or the redness that you're getting, or even the irritation, but it actually gets down to the source, which is your moisture barrier. That's what's feeling tested by what's happening and the changes that are happening outside. And so not only are they using all 3 of those ingredients, they're actually using the golden ratio of them, which basically mimics the ratio of those particular lipids within your skin barrier. So they're just a little bit better for helping with repairing the barrier, or just helping to strengthen it up or keep it strong, right? And that's really when you start to really understand your skin, and you really start to understand how your skin skin reacts to fluctuations and things like that. It takes a little bit of experience, right? But once you're kind of on top of it, then you build in a product like this prior to the fluctuation, just before, and then your skin actually gets through it better. And that's been my strategy through all the seasonal fluctuations. I live in the upper Midwest, so fall is one thing. Transitioning into winter is a whole nother story. Fall is just like the warm up to the winter transition. You know what I'm saying? So a product like this actually gets you through those deeper fall months, but also into winter months too, because it offers not only the moisture, but that barrier care that is essential when your skin is going through it through seasonal changes. So as I mentioned, the texture, it's so creamy. It's so thick. This is probably the thickest cream, essence, or toner I've ever used in my skincare adventures. Quite honestly, it is a very, very nourishing, but it actually still has an amazing absorbency into the skin. If you don't have dry skin, it might feel heavy for you. If you do have dry skin, it's going to feel incredibly comforting, nourishing, moisturizing, rich, but not that heavy. It feels kind of more medium weight on the skin. And if you have a little bit more dehydration on your skin, I would recommend putting like a toner underneath or something really nice and watery, because then it actually enhances the absorption of this product. But if you're even starting to lean a little bit more dry, or you have very dry skin type, this could be worth adding into your routine. I will also mention folks that are struggling with their skin barrier. This would be a good product to look into if you're really starting to build out like a repairing type of skincare routine for your skin barrier. This would be one to consider. It is a little bit thicker and it is a little bit more nourishing, but sometimes when your barrier is broken, as I sometimes say, and when it's really damaged or very, very weak, all of that other stuff kind of goes out the window, right? When you're just looking to heal. And this has the right kind of ratio, the right types of ingredients. It has the right outlook for serious barrier repair. So I'm curious, do you have favorite toners or essences for chilly weather? Let us all know in the comments below. And if this video helped you out and you haven't hit subscribe yet, please, before you go, hit subscribe, come join our skincare community, especially if you love toners, essences, K-beauty products. Like, that's what I love too. So come join our skincare community and turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I love you so much. Thanks for being here with me today. And I just want to encourage you to keep shining your light. I love you and I can't wait to talk to you in the next video. Bye.